Are we live? Oh man, it just said had trouble connecting. Are we live? Good morning, everybody. I was getting out. You saw this because I was getting out of my chair to check my my Wi-Fi here in New York City, 500 feet above the streets of New York. But it looks like we're live. Okay, it said we weren't live, man. Welcome to your Monday. Boo! But we got the sun coming up behind me. Look at that. Look at that coming up over like the Central Park area here in Manhattan. Let's say hi to some people. We got the Honky Tonk Tennessee. Great morning, all. What's up, Honky Tonk Tennessee? How are you? We got the CM. First like of the day. Morning, GH. You know what? First like of the day. First sip of coffee, bitch. What's up, CM? Good to see you. One of mine. I hope you had a good weekend. We had a very, very busy weekend. The driving continues for the kid. We last I talked to you, I was jumping in the car to go down to Philly for a little family gathering, a little family party. It was absolutely terrific. Then we came home late Saturday night, late around yesterday, and here we are. And now we're like just a couple days away from taking off for the big Thanksgiving thing. So Jake from State Farm, what's going on, bro? How are you? David Smith, what's going on? AF, what's going on? What's going on? Yo, good morning, my brother. And cheers. Yeah, cheers right back to you, Joseph. Hope you had a good weekend. John Courts, one of mine down there in Philly. John, man, one of these Philly trips, I might have to knock on your door so we can get a couple craft beers down there in Philly. But good to see you, John. You got a big don't we got a big game tonight? Don't we got the Eagles and the Chiefs? The Jets and the Bills were the big game for me over the weekend. Grew up a Jets fan, blew off the Jets because I lived in Western New York for way too many years and became a Bills fan. And the Bills, I should say. Sorry, I'm half asleep. I'll wake up right in front of your eyes. The Bills, they look good. But the Jets aren't that good of a team right now. They got the Zach Wilson. I think that was it for Zach Wilson. The Zach Wilson experiment is over. They're 4-6, the Jets, I think, and then you got the Bills. They're back in the playoff hunt. They're at 6-5. Their offense looked a lot better, but we'll have to wait and see as the rest of the year unfolds. But Aaron Rodgers, man, he was excited. He was coming back from that Achilles tear. Basically setting all sorts of like rehab records. Coming back from that injury is very, very hard. Usually takes over a year. And he's like, no, bitch, I'll be back in 4 months. You Jets, you got to hang in there and give me a chance at the playoffs, and I'll be back under center. But if I was him now, I would slow down the whole rehab thing, and I would shut her down until next year because the Jets aren't going anywhere. That's for sure. Oh, I finally up for one in a while. Joe Dell, I don't think you're up if you're writing OP. I finally up for one in a while. So you might not be totally up yet there. Apostrophe 65. What's going on, man? Ted Palawada, good morning to you, brother. Long Beach, New York, representing. I like seeing that. Tom Taylor, what's going on? How are you? We got the apple juice, Andy. That Luis Gomez roasted you like coffee beans, brah. What did Luis Gomez say? Because I don't play the back and forth. Luis Gomez took some cheap shot at me, and I hit him with a sledgehammer, and then I turned off my Twitter, and I enjoyed the rest of my day. How did he get me, brah? No one got me, brah. Morning, Hope. Sick view, brother, man. What's up, Georgie Jessel? There's your view. Got the sun coming up. Should be up in about, I don't know, another 15 or 20 minutes. That'll be cool. Tuesday morning here. You're from the future. Where are you, bro? Are you in Australia? I would assume you're in Australia if it's already Tuesday, I think. Opsta, never got your view on Toucher and Rich. They were my second favorite to ONA. I talked about the Toucher and Rich, another massive radio show going under, another radio show where it looks like the guys didn't really get along. The headline here is it's very, very tough to get along with someone you do radio with day in and day out. It's very, very tough. You see the other radio guy more than you see your own like family. But I mean, they had a huge run. I think they made 17 years in Boston, which makes me just feel old today because Touch and Rich more or less started a few years after we left Boston. So our time in Boston, the Opie and Anthony show is like, it's becoming more and more of a distant memory. But look, they had a good run, man. And they were very, very good. They got the job done up there in Boston. So that's all I got to say on that. There's no surprise when it comes out that two radio guys didn't or no longer get along, because it's a pressure cooker to do a radio show with somebody. You see them every single day for hours at a time. And it's not just a casual hangout hours a day. It's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure. And, it starts eating away at the relationship. So, I mean, we can list all the shows where the guys did not get along. Toucher and Rich are up there. I think Kevin and Bean. Who else? I want to say Bob and Tom. A little show called Opie and Anthony. So it's more normal than you think. Care to address the Luis Gomez Twitter spat? What's up, Georgie Jessel? Luis Gomez, what do you need to know? I said what I had to say, and I move on. I don't play the stupid back and forth. I got my people, and they're telling me like Luis Gomez is taking cheap shots at you, so I fucking hit him with a couple sledgehammers, and then I turned off my Twitter and I moved on. What else is there to say? I hate two-faced people. I hate phonies. Luis Gomez is he's like an average, for the people that don't know, he's like an average comedian. He's not even close to as good as the rest of the New York comics, but the New York comics seem to like him. He's a very good promoter. He does a very good job with Skankfest, but he's not really a great stand-up. And he honestly wasn't good enough to be on the Opie and Anthony show back in the day, and he certainly tried, but he just wasn't good enough. And then over the years, he takes little cheap shots at me. When I got let go at SiriusXM, he was pretty happy about it. For what reason, I don't know, because I was always very, very nice to him. He probably held a grudge because he was never on the Opie and Anthony show. But the fact is, he just never made the cut. He wasn't good enough. And then he joined Anthony's network and, quickly started trashing me because everybody that works for Anthony has to trash me. So then one day I went over to Gas Digital. Carl Ruiz went with me, and I asked Luis right to his face, "What's up, bro? I never did anything bad to you. I never talked bad about you. Why do you feel like you have to talk bad about me?" And he's like, "Oh, man, that's what's encouraged when you work for Anthony, and I don't mean anything by it, man. I think you're great," or whatever the exact words were. He showed me nothing but respect, and he was very, very nice to me. And then he gave me a tour of Gas Digital, and it was fine. I thought the guy was all right. I know he works really, really hard. And then I'm not sure if the other time was before or after this, but I'm on the streets of New York with my daughter strapped to my chest. And Luis comes up to me in the street, and he couldn't be nicer to me, like really, really nice. And I got right in his fucking face with my daughter on my chest. I said, "What's up, bro? What's up?" And I go, "You're being all nice to me in person, but you talk crap behind my back. Excuse me, behind my back." Man, and once again, man, it's all just, man, I respect you, man. I'm a fan, man. I'm this man. And then he gave me something called Real Ass Dude of the Week, which is a little, but he gave me Real Ass Dude of the Week because I didn't back down when I saw him on the street, even though my daughter was strapped to my chest. And then everything seemed to be all right. And then he took some dumb cheap shot at me last night. And I basically said, I'm not a fan of phonies. I'm not a fan of two-faced phonies that say one thing to your face and say all sorts of crap behind your back. And then I told him his comedy special was not good at all. And it wasn't that good. And everyone knows it wasn't that good. But they respect Luis as a promoter. So, they try to help him promote the damn thing. But, It's honestly his special was lazy. What I mean by that is guys who just rely on very, very dirty material. It's not a good special. That's it. So I said that. And then I turned off my Twitter and I enjoyed a Jets-Bills game. I enjoyed an awesome dinner with my family. Got on the phone with a friend of mine, just shooting the shit. And then I woke up to see that my Twitter all night long. So I don't know, man. That's all I got. That's all I got on that crap. That's all I got on that crap. So there it is. There it is. Joe Dale. I'm glad we fired our offensive coordinator. That's technically progress. For the Bills, I guess. I don't know. The Bills aren't looking like a team that can make it all the way to the Super Bowl, but we'll have to wait and see. They needed a decent win over the Jets, and they got that last night. So that I guess that'll help. Eric, good morning, Hope. Let's go Buffalo. Mapping Monday squad. What's up, man? I've been up for 3 days. Damn, Joe Dale. That's not good. Good morning, Open Squad. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. We'll see. We'll see as the rest of the season goes. Is I am block Opie, Latoya Williams. I don't really block many people. If you want to know the God's honest truth, people need to spew their garbage. It's very rare that I block someone. I think you have me blocked on Twitter, '65. What is your name on Twitter, '65? We can work our way through this. What's up, Robert Cowling? How are you? Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. What's going on, brother? Lateral improvements are inevitable. All right. Please put it out there for Howard to hang it up. It's pathetic. David Smith. What is stupid? Let me try to get a little more light on the situation here. What's going on with Mr. Howard Stern? What's going on with Mr. Howard Stern? He's the face of SiriusXM as they try to, reinvent themselves and push it to the future. So what's wrong with the Howard Stern? What makes him pathetic today? Let's get into this crap today. John Courts, 76ers had an average game and still beat the Nets by 22. Stupid Harden finally got first win. Yeah, I saw that, John Courts. But the Clippers aren't winning any championship with James Harden. But, they play so many games in a year. Harden, of course, is going to win a game here and there. Of course. David Smith, is Luis Gomez a hack? I don't know if he's a hack, but he's not even close to as good as his contemporaries. You want the real ass talk. That's the real ass talk. He's a very good promoter, but just okay at stand up. And that is a fact that pretty much every New York comic would tell you that if they were brave enough to say anything. But those guys aren't brave enough to say crap. Georgie Jessel, I didn't see that other guy asked you before I typed that. He definitely took a cheap shot at you. Well, yeah, I was just minding my own stupid business. Just minding my own goddamn business. Yeah, man, I hope everyone did have a great weekend. The weather was absolutely awesome, right? Thanksgiving right around the corner. What are we doing for Thanksgiving? Are we traveling? Apple Juice. Andy, you created the greatest radio show of all time. That's right. I sure did. Gomez got dumped by a brain damaged fighter. He ain't on your level, brah. I don't care what level he's on. I don't do that. I said what I had to say and that was it. I guess it got the people talking though. I guess. Legions of Skanks is the opposite of interesting. All right. I don't know. And that's the other thing, taking cheap shots at me and this and that. And the fact remains that I got plenty of messages from Luis Gomez trying to get me on his Legion of Skanks. So more phony crap. Obviously I'm important enough that you were inviting me on your shit and you know that. And over the years, been invited to the Skank Fest. He knows all this. So it's just phony garbage that I'm not going to get involved with. I'm not going to get involved with the back and forth crap. I'll tell them, I'll give you my stupid 2 cents and that's it. But for someone that sucks and for someone that's a hack and for someone that's not funny, you sure invited me on your shit a lot. Worldwide Ghost. Morning, Hope, ladies and gents. How's it going? It's going, man. It's going. Georgie Jessel, wasn't Gavin very pleasant to your face too after he was trashing you? 100%. Well, I stuck a camera in Gavin McGinnis's face at Compound Media because I went over there to take a look around when things were getting a little weird at SiriusXM. First person I saw was another guy trashing me. It was Gavin McGinnis. And I basically said, what do you have to say now? It's on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. And he goes, I ain't saying nothing with that thing on or something like that. I'm like, of course. And then honestly, he was pleasant and nice to me. And then, as soon as I was gone, he went back to trashing me. This is the type of people these people are. What's up, Leo Gunn? How are you, brother? Andy Vaughn, what's going on? RJ Henners, morning, GH and squad. May I get a late pass? You got it, RJ Henners. You got it. Oh, damn. All right, I got a super chat coming in. Good morning, Ope. Just scroll through Twitter. You sure stepped in a steaming pile of it with a D-lister, didn't you? I guess. I can honestly say I had two tweets towards Mr. Luis Gomez. And then I watched the Jets and the Bills. And then I made dinner for my kids. Took a little peek. Definitely not perfect. A tiny little peek. Saw where the whole thing was going. It was like, oh, okay, this old gag. Now I have to be looking at tweets where I'm this, I'm that. Shut up. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. How about that? JD Straight Shop at $10. Louis J is a guy who never has been and never will be. He isn't even good enough to make a Jim and Sam replay week, which, by the way, what is everyone's favorite Jim and Sam replay episode? Are they off again? Are Jim and Sam off again? Holy shit. Sorry about the light, but you know what? Who gives a crap? But, as long as you get to see the sun coming out. Wow, stupid. All right, whatever. What's up, JD? How are you, brother? Look, Lewis works hard and he's a good promoter. He should do the promoting full time. He's good at that. That he's very, very good at. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. But, I don't really see many people walking around going, holy crap, you got to see the latest Luis Gomez comedy you don't get that. Let's be honest with each other. You don't get that. They say that about Shane McGillis. They say that about the Bill Burr. They're saying that about the Burt Kreischer, but they don't say that about Lewis. So let's be honest with each other. Very, very good promoter. Why is my Siri on? Siri.
Here's what
You didn't. Siri, go away. Joseph, what's up? Hey, no attention. Oh, haters are gonna hate. Well, I don't know what, if you don't read the stupid hate, then you're a much better person. Like a whole bunch of people are gonna pile on and say crappy things about. Really, you're gonna say crappy things about me? Are you? Lewis was at the top of his fighting game and went after Kurt Metzger. Whatever. Maybe I'll be real ass dude of the week again. A real ass dude. Ooh. Or maybe he'll challenge me to one of those goofy fights. Oh, I hate the goofy fight. Hey, you want to have a goofy? No, I don't want to have a goofy fight. No, I'm good. No goofy fights for this kid. Thanks. But I guess if you want to name me real ass dude of the week, I'll take my second title. By the way, you never sent me something for being real ass dude of the week. Howard has nice wigs. I think I did see something on Howard recently. Shit, man, I don't even know what interview. But it looks like he switched out his wigs, man. When I was growing up, I had a social studies teacher, right? And this was when wigs sucked. I'm old enough to tell you that wigs used to really suck, and it was a lot harder to tell. And my social studies teacher, he had two wigs, a short version and a medium hair version. And he would try to switch them out during school breaks. So like Thanksgiving, right around the corner, right? So for most kids, Tuesday's it until the following Monday. My old social studies teacher would probably, because it's like still this the fall or whatever. So he would have a short wig, short wig at the beginning of the year, short wig. Then it would be Thanksgiving break, and then he would come back with the longer version of his wig, and was hoping no one noticed. And then he would do the other version, like, oh no, I just got a haircut, and go back to the shorter wig. And I kind of saw that on Howard. It looks like he's changing up his wigs and going for a shorter wig these days. I did see that. LOL, we disagreed about someone. No big deal. Apostrophe 65. That's all right, man. That's all right. Holiday haircut and shave. Yeah, I shaved down. I got another meeting today. People of interest want to figure out something for me, and I'm having a little meeting today. Nothing too crazy, but so I had to get rid of the crazy ass beard and get a little bit of a haircut going. So Howard's got the bands in the studio playing. He invented that. Hoo. I guess Howard's still doing it, right? He's still doing it. Georgie Jessel. Howard is doing everything he accused Imus of doing in the past. Hang it up and admit you're. Wow. Yeah, it turned out Howard was another one of those phonies. You know, he made fun of Hollywood, beat the crap out of him from what felt like his basement. He gave the impression when he wasn't doing the radio show that he was just in his basement. And as soon as Hollywood embraced him, he couldn't wait to lap it up and kiss every single one of their asses. He was a phony as well from day one. Because people were like, what happened to Howard? I'm like, nothing happened to Howard. You're seeing the real guy. He was always this guy. JD Straight Shot just became a member of my YouTube channel. Thank you, JD Straight Shot. My YouTube channel is Opie Radio, and we got a decent group of members over there. So thank you very much, brother. What else is going on? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Just like you said, Robin was nice to you at the gym, but then they both trash you on the show. It's all show business. Another one. That's the theme. You know, people like, I did see a couple of these. I did. Like I said, I pretty much turned off my Twitter after the Luis Gomez nonsense, but people are like, wow, man, you really went in hard. I'm like, yeah, because I'm sick of phonies. Robin from the Howard Stern Show is another one. She lives, I can actually point where she lives from this vantage point. I won't do that, but whatever. She lives very, very close to here. And more than, I would say more than a few times I would see her in the neighborhood. And I walked with her once or twice. Because we just happened to be at the same light, and I turn, I'm like, oh, that's Robin Quivers. Hey, Robin, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And she was so lovely and so nice and just chatty. And then on the show, she has to follow Howard's lead when Howard used to. Well, he never really trashed me and Anthony. He was too scared to take us on. That's the fact. But when it did come up, she was right in there fucking, following Howard's lead. I'm like, these people are a bunch of fucking phonies. Artie Lang did the same thing, but we ended up working that out. But he said he did the same shit. Couldn't be nicer to me in the hallway because we know all the same people. And then on the air, he just trashed at Opie and Anthony. He was like Howard's pit bull back in the day. But to Artie's credit, he started doing my solo radio show, and we really got along, and he gave me a lot of great material, and we talked about that and we worked that out. So, but I'm just bringing it up because the whole world is filled with a bunch of fucking phonies. And then Artie went on to work with Anthony a bit as well. And, incredibly talented, really, really good guy, has a really good soul, that Artie Lang. Royalty. I remember when Jesse Ventura was going to speak his 9/11 attack nonsense, and you and Ann turned his mic off. That idiot still Wait, that idiot still started talking. No, man, that's not fair. Jesse Ventura was going off on a 9/11 rant. Royalty, I like you. You're one of mine, but that's not really fair to Jesse Ventura. The fact Jesse Ventura came on our show a lot, and he gave us like really, really good radio. He was really good at it. And one of the times he was on, he was starting up his 9/11 rant, big, huge conspiracy rant. And the mic's cut off because back in the day, Sirius XM gave us like a cold out. And if we didn't stop the show before the cold out, everything would shut off. All the mics, everything would shut off, which was so ridiculous. So in the middle of his rant, you hear like a promo or something for Sirius XM or Opie and Anthony, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly. And and Jesse's sitting there like, what happened? And then we had to explain that it wasn't us, that the mics cut off at a certain time. So Vincent Scaramuzo, audio changed batteries. Audio. No, when this I got it, the Siri goes on and then it messes up the audio for a little bit. It's so stupid. Looking good. Oh, love the view. Well, I don't know if I'm looking good. I'm in the darkness today. Hello, darkness, my old friend. But I had to get all cleaned up for a little meeting today, a little lunch meeting. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what's going to come of it, but we'll see. If you have no haters, I guess I got a few haters. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Will Alabama stomp Auburn on Saturday? Mike O'Donnell wants to know. Well, you know I'm rooting for Auburn because of my dear friend Vic Kenley, who's no longer with us. But I think Alabama's got the better team there, Mike O'Donnell, right? Goofy fights are my exclusive. Right on. Well, it's 10 a.m. I've had my Goofy shake. Thank you, Ross Dogs. Howdy, folks. What's up, Milton Miranda? Good morning. Oh, goddamn. People are starting to move into this room. They're just starting to wake up. All right. Howard Sperm. I literally just thought of that. There you go. Legions. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like Legion of Skanks is a direct ripoff of O&A. Hoo. In all seriousness, it's not an entertaining show. I don't know if it's an entertaining show or not. I've never really checked in on Legions of Skanks. I know it's like over the top dirty and stuff, which is it's a very easy thing to do in broadcasting. The dirty stuff is very, very easy to do, but the clever stuff takes a lot more effort and a lot more work. But with that said, to be fair, I've never heard a whole episode of Legion of Skanks. I've seen a clip here and there. I think they try blowing each other and stuff. They just do weird crap like that. It's not it. That's probably the reason why I didn't do Legion of Skanks. I didn't want to blow anyone. Like, it's stupid, over the top shock jock crap. I did it, but it's not that impressive in the end. It's just a bunch of comics trying hard. Sorry, just a bunch of comic try-harding to being shocking. Roast radio gets old fast. There's Morley TV. Look, if it works for him. Look, the fact is, I can say whatever I want, but Legion of Skanks is killing it. They have a bigger audience than me. I think Luis Gomez at this point probably has a bigger audience than me, but whatever, man. I did my thing. I was incredibly successful at it, and now I do this, and I enjoy just ranting and raving and throwing a camera on every morning. There's your sunrise, man. Right in the middle of the video. It just keeps moving across the sky this way. But there. Captain Miserable. And that man was Sonny Bono. True story. Okay, I don't know what that is. JD Straight Shot. Member. Just joined my YouTube channel for 4 months. I like seeing that. Remember that time on Legion of Skanks when Lewis wore that cool hat? LOL. Greatest day of my life. Never before had anyone been so cool. See, I don't know the reference. I really don't know the reference. Was he wearing his cool ass hat of the week or something? Does he have a bit cool ass hat of the week? Jesus. Nathan Bremer. Good morning, open fellow LJG fans. What is an LJG fan? What am I missing on that? All right. Howard is interviewing Betty Davis next week. There you go. Well, is Howard just sitting there and doing his interviews, man? I'm doing my interviews. Are you? Although his Keith Richards interview was all right. I did listen to that because I'm a big Rolling Stones, earlier Rolling Stones fan and a huge fan of Keith Richards. So I'll be honest, I did check that out, and it was very, very good. It's, the problem in this world is with hate. You got to go all in with the hate. So if you don't like somebody, everything they do, everything they've ever done just stinks. And I don't like doing that. I think Howard Stern still gets the job done, but I think he's quite antiquated at this point. I think his interviewing style is okay, but he changes his voice. I think he's not even close to the best interviewer out there. He's not even the best interviewer at SiriusXM. That would go to Ron Bennington. But with all these podcasts and all this other stuff going on out there, like they're making Howard look very antiquated with how he does his radio show. So there it is. Stop trashing my kids. What the hell is that, Captain Miserable? Georgie Jessel, he called me for my stutter every day for 10 years. Then he gets on AGT and says the comic with the stutter was so inspiring. John on Stern. Oh, Stuttering John said that? Yeah, he's just a phony. And then he's the guy at AGT that is the nice guy. Look, I was talking to someone last night about one of my problems. You don't think I got my issues? Of course I do. One of my issues is I could never play the stupid effing game. Like with Opie and Anthony, that was a huge, giant staff, and no one really got along at all. And a lot of these guys had major problems with other players on the Opie and Anthony show, but they were able to keep their stupid mouths shut. And maybe there's something to be said about that. And then all these comedians, same thing. You'd be so surprised how much they don't like each other, actually, and talk about each other behind their backs all the time. I was privy to so much shit. That's the stuff I probably should start talking about on these live streams, and boy, would my numbers go up. And then I would see these same people like, wait, you've told me no less than 100 times how much you hate this guy. Oh, that's what drives me nuts, though, the phoniness of the whole damn thing. You got a whole bunch of comedians that don't like other comedians, but they're never going to publicly say that. And maybe that's the smart way to go, to play the stupid game. Comedy Shaman, Opie Radio, do you ever do other podcasts? I do not. My people around me, they're like, if you really want to grow your shit and make another run at this, you probably need to go on other podcasts. And I'm like, I'm good. Maybe I will. I don't know. Is it a fish lunch? I don't know what that means. Vincent Scaramuzo. Okay, quick meeting prep. Try not to come back on air immediately afterwards and go destroy her on the offer. Well, yeah, but over the summer, Vincent, that pissed me off. But you know what? It goes to what I just said. It goes to what I just said. What Vincent Scaramuzo is referring to. I just talked about this again recently, but why not? I had a pretty decent, let's call him decent operator that really likes what I'm doing. And they like that I'm doing it very different, where like I live stream from the ocean. I live stream 500 feet above the streets of New York City as the sun's coming up. They like all this crap. They liked, when I would do other live streams from the streets and everything. And they're like, we really like what you do. And so I met with them. And after saying how they really like how unique everything is that I'm doing, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe finally someone can mold all this into something that makes more sense than it is, right? They go, well, so anyway, we want to put you in a studio downtown, and which comedians are you still in touch with? And I'm like, oh my, you just want me to go back to what I was doing. And then I was kind of getting frustrated by that. And then I was like, all right. So then, and then it came down to money. And then, the talk quickly turned to a number that I wanted to openly laugh in their face. And I kind of did. Not like this, but enough. And I'm like, wait, so you really love all the stuff I'm doing, but you want to put me back at a studio downtown in Manhattan, and you want me to, gather some comedians that I know and love still, and maybe some new guys, and pretty much do exactly what I was trying to get away from, because I did that for so many years. I got it. And then they're the ones like, don't think about the money. I'm like, don't think about the money. I'm like, maybe you don't think about the money then, and find more of it. Don't think about how much that is. Oh, really? So I went on my live stream and I talked about the whole thing. And then, we left on good terms for real, but I haven't heard from them since, because leaving on good terms usually means like they're also now playing the game. They're also playing the game, and they got to now find somebody else that fits the suit that they want you to wear. Yes, time to get cleaned up for Monday fish lunch and Michelob Light. Cheers, waiver. Oh my God. I know we talked about that recently, the fish fry, the Friday fish fry, and I was talking about Michelob Light. But I think we're gonna go. Sushi. I think we're gonna go either sushi or a diner today. We'll see. We'll see. Artie and high pitched Mike was the best. Scat week. Okay. All right. I ate at the park by myself. Well, that sounds sad, comedy shaman. Nathan Brimmer, good point, Vincent. I had a meeting with a literary agent once, and then put out a tweet that pretty much blew up my meeting. Well, yeah. Yeah, but when we were talking about money, and they basically start with something like "hear me out," I'm like, oh, I ain't hearing you out. I know what "hear me out" means. That means you're gonna try to get me on the cheap, because you don't have the best budget, or you're trying to save money. That's the problem, man. I could jump back into radio for way less money, and then work Monday through Friday. 4 hours a week on the air, and then another 4 hours off air every day for no money. I don't know what I get out of that. To try to make to prove to my ego that I still have it, I guess. Maybe that's why you would do something like that. I don't know. But if someone out there has a really amazing offer, or something that is just over the top fun, then I'm willing to listen. Of course. But there are guys that, they take their last breath on the air because they keep chasing the beast. I did it. I had quite the success. I climbed the mountaintop. The view was all right. I thought it'd be a better view. And now I'm down in the valley. And most guys that are down in the valley like me, they spend the rest of their lives trying to chase that beast back up the mountaintop, up to the mountaintop, I should say. And I don't feel like doing that. Mike O'Donnell, Stern spent $50 million on a house on Limbo Island. Limbo Island, a guy he says he hates. Oh no, he's with the rich and famous now, man. He's right where he always wanted to be, that Howard Stern. I would respect him if he said that. Look, that basement crap and how I was beating the crap out of all the Hollywood elites. I was jealous. I wanted to be one of them, and now I'm one of them. I had tea with Barbara Streisand the other day. It made my life. Then I would respect you, Howard. Because everyone could see it. They could see the phoniness of it. Ron Bennington is a better interviewer. Eddie Trunk is pretty good. Oh, Eddie Trunk's a very good interviewer, too. I haven't heard enough of Eddie Trunk's interviews to say he's better than Howard, but I've heard a bunch of Howard interviews over the last few years, and I certainly keep tabs on the Ron Bennington. No one's better at interviewing than Ron Bennington. It's as simple as that. So, I probably should shut my mouth about that because, Howard would make Ron's life a living hell if it ever gets back to him that people truly think that Ron's a better interviewer than him. Because then Howard will play his stupid games behind the scenes and tell the company, but you make sure Ron Bennington doesn't interview anybody. Trust me, that's the crap that went on behind the scenes at SiriusXM. I doubt that Bill Burr said that, Travis. Travis, I doubt that Bill Burr would say that. Last week, Bill, well, you wrote last week, Bull Burr. Last week, Bull Burr said you are self-hating liberal, which is funny because you always stuck up for him. Yeah, Bill Burr wouldn't say that. Stop it, Travis, please. And anyone that like really pays attention, they know I'm not a liberal. You know, when you don't like someone, it's very easy to throw that lib title on someone. He's a lib. Shut up. Now Howard stinks at interviewing as well. All right. Try listening to Big J and Bob Kelly. It's painful at best. Apostrophe 65. I don't have a problem with anybody. If you want to know the truth, I was going to say I don't have a problem with Big J or Bob Kelly. I don't have a problem with anybody. That's a fact. When some of this crap hits my radar, I hit back and I move on. You know, I don't have an issue with Big J. Big J was always lovely. He's a very good. I mean, he's way better than Luis Gomez. I mean, it's not even close. Bob Kelly is way better than Luis Gomez at stand up. It's as simple as that. But if you were promoting something, you'd want to go to Luis before you go to Big J and Bob Kelly. That's obvious. That's the obvious stuff today. But Big J was always lovely. He made the cut. He made the Opie and Anthony show, and he was very good at it. He was on near the end of our run, and he was good. He was very, very good. He would have been a guy if we met him earlier, or if me and Anthony could get along and keep that train rolling all night long. Big J would have been a regular on that show easily. He was that good. And Bob Kelly, it goes without saying. Bob Kelly is very, very good at being a guest on a radio show. I don't know if he's good at being a co-host. I have no idea because I don't really listen to Bob Kelly's stuff, and I certainly haven't heard Big J and Bob Kelly together. So there's my 2 cents on that. Joe Dale, what's up, Joe? How are you, brother? Once again, Joe, you like chatting. You're chatty in the chat room. Bennington was a beast. Yeah, of course, Bennington. Bennington continues to be a beast, and he's a guy that knows how to. He knows how to serpentine. Bennington knows how to serpentine. I could have learned from the Bennington. As soon as I had a problem with someone, I had to let the whole world know. And then, then it turns out you have a problem with everybody in the end. But that's human nature. We all have problems with a lot of people, but we choose which ones to bring into public view. But my mistake over the years has always been bringing all of them into public view. And maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do, but what are you gonna do? Jesus, he lost one of those goofy fights. The goofy fights. Look, we're gonna have a goofy fight for charity. No hitting below the belt. We're all going to wear basically, bubble wrap. I hate the goofy. I never got into the goofy fights. God, I'm offered goofy fights every once in a while. Why don't you fight Anthony in a goofy fight? No, I'm not doing that. But what? If you win, you could be real last dude of the week. No, I'm not doing that. No thanks. Brennan is an a-hole, but he makes me laugh hard. Captain Miserable. Kevin Bryan's like, he's doing it, I guess. He's doing it. Oh, I got to get my kids. Do not yell Monster Rain in the meeting. All right. Anthony says everyone from the old show is still friends with him, but hates you. Is that true? I don't know. I don't give a crap. I mean, look. Anthony went through a major operation, and I'm wishing him nothing but a full recovery. But that is a lie. I got specific information that proves that is a lie. Okay? That is a lie. But I hope he's healing well because he basically went through hell and back. Opie just lost all credibility pretending not to read Lewis' replies. James, I didn't. James Kane, I didn't. I read the initial tweet that pissed me off. Just ask me, I'll tell you. Someone said, "Yo, this Luis Gomez, I know where's trashing you." So I read the tweet. It said, "F this, hate phonies." Hit him with a tweet. Then I read his response to that. Yes. Then I hit him with another tweet. And then and to be totally honest, I'll be totally honest with you. Then I unfollowed him and I muted him, so I don't have to listen to his or read his garbage because I don't play the back and forth. And then I saw a couple replies because I guess my Twitter started spinning. It's spinning. Read a couple replies and went, "Oh, this old gag. Now they're gonna have to like trash, me, and now I'm not. Now I'm this and that and this and that." I'm like, I know this old gag, so I turned off my phone and I watched the Jets and the Bills, and I cooked for my kids. And if you want to know the truth, then me and my wife watched the season finale of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, which don't ask me why, but I did. And then every once in a while, did I turn it on and say, "Oh, okay, they're still babbling"? Yeah, but I didn't sit there and really read much of anything. James, just ask me. People that hang out with me every morning, they know they just have to ask me, and I'll tell you. That's exactly how it went down. And I don't do the back and forth. "Oh, you pissed me off. All right, this is what I have to say." Boom, and that's it. I don't do the back and forth. Why would I do that? Why? All right, I gotta go wake up the kids real fast and warm up my coffee. We can do a few more minutes. All right. Super chats get you to the front of the line. Oh my. Okay, that's why Opie was. Was I trending, or was it one of the other Opies out there? There's a bunch of Opies out there. Was I trending? I literally have no idea if I was trending or not. Let me go get some coffee. Yeah. Look, dude, I gotta show you this. I haven't shown you this. It's on my floor in this room because I was digging through a pile of clothes that is on the floor in this room for whatever reason, and this popped up. One of my fans, an artist, he made that design after the famous "Good Morning Howard" incident. I think we still sell them on opieradio.com, but I just found that on my floor. God, I love that shirt. I just wish it wasn't in white because I don't look good in white t-shirts. I'll be right back. All right. Damn, the sun went behind that building, huh? That's weird. Oh, damn, someone just gifted memberships to my YouTube channel. Who is that? Oh, JD Straight Shot. Wait, let me go to JD Straight Shot. I'm skipping the super chats. If you have some dumb, stupid hate thing in the chat, I'll read it if you give me a super chat, but I'm just skipping to JD Straight Shot. Gifted 5 Opie Radio memberships on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. Go grab those, okay? Grab them. They ain't going to last. They're probably gone already. Good shirt, Mike O'Donnell says. That shirt cracks me up. Just cracks me up. The famous good morning. Opie, you don't have to take that nonsense from Lewis. He's actually banned from our Cherry Hill store because he once tried to steal multiple bottles of Fruit 2.0. Is it Fruit 2.0 or Fruit? And threaten our manager, Angela. Relax, Lewis. Annoyed Wawa supervisor. That's his bit. Relax, and it's funny. I like the annoyed Wawa supervisor. Lots of reflection. Andy's saying, yeah, I guess. Deuces and likes. Check out the empties, man. Thank you, Jack James. We do fivers and likes on this live stream every morning. Fivers and likes. If you can't give me a fiver, then at least give me a like. The likes are a little low today, a little low. So hit the like at least, all right? I know it's a Monday. I know we're all just trying to figure it all out. But we have a short week. Most of you probably have a few days off for the Thanksgiving, right? Red Bar was 100% right. Lewis J is a bum who gets beat up. Wow, I don't know anything about that. If you're referring to Jason Ellis, by the way, he's another guy that was a phony. Another phony. Oh, my God. I don't have an issue with you, Jason Ellis, but man, another phony. And Jason Ellis is a tough guy. I would never want to fight him in a goofy fight. Because he's the type of guy in a goofy fight, he's still going to hurt you, even though you're both in bubble wrap. I would never want to fight Jason Ellis. I'll be totally honest with you. You don't play, whether it's a real fight or a goofy fight, he's going to hurt you. But Jason Ellis, so the writing was on the wall at SiriusXM. After Opie and Anthony, they renamed the channel Opie Radio. I was doing radio with Jim Norton. Jim Norton didn't want his name on the show, even though he was literally the co-host of the show. This is the nonsense I had to deal with. And then they wanted me to re-sign. And one of the things that was very, very important to me was that they don't take the name of the channel away from me. And they literally said, this is why, look, you could say whatever you want about me and whatever. But I hate phonies. I hate people that BS to your face and then do something different behind the scenes. So SiriusXM, I'm like, all right, I'll resign. But I want to make sure that the channel is still called Opie Radio. They're like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we could do that, no problem. And a week after I signed, they changed the name of the channel, basically, or maybe 2 weeks later. I want to make sure I'm as accurate as possible. They lied right to my face to get my signature on a stupid piece of paper. And then I also said, all right, I know you're adding shows and whatnot, but I want the afternoon replay. Yeah, no problem. You'll do mornings and you'll do the afternoon replay. And then what did they do? They kicked me out of mornings and gave it to Jim and Sam. And this is all the stuff I said I needed. So that's why I went batshit crazy and I didn't play ball anymore because I'm like, oh my God, I work for a bunch of liars. True story. So then I'm in the hallway, and Jason Ellis, because I basically had an office in the hallway at SiriusXM at the end. I mean, look, you don't have to say it. My star fell dramatically. And at the end of my run, I had a little chair in a hallway so I could prepare for my radio show. And Jason Ellis comes around, and we had like a kind of a weird relationship. Because back in the day, I got a tape from one of the middle management guys at SiriusXM, and they're like, this Jason Ellis, he's got something. He's really good. He's got a pretty decent following, and take a listen to his stuff. I think you should add him to your channel. And back in the day, I made a lot of the big decisions for who would be on the channel. So I said, yeah, let's put Jason Ellis on, man. And he was good. He was really, really good. And he had a wild following. And I don't regret it to this day, but the guy never showed me or Anthony or the show any respect at all. Even though he was on our channel, he was trashing us, didn't really promote it. He just wanted to be under Howard Stern's wings. So, we had this weird relationship. And then near the end, I'm in the hallway. I'm bitter as fuck with everything that went down. And then Jason basically called me out, like, why are you like this? Why are you so bitter? Why why this? Why that? And he came to me saying all this, knowing that they were changing the channel from Opie radio to whatever his brand was back then, Faction or whatever it was. So the guy came to me calling me out on why I act the way I do. And the whole time he knew they were about to yank the name of the channel away from me. This is the goddamn nonsense you got to deal with. But with that said, I would never fight Jason Ellis in a goofy fight. Oh God, no. No, thank you. He's a very, very tough dude. Woke up the kids, John. They're good. You thought it was Sunday? You were so hard to like. Oh, God damn it. That means you want to like me. Oh my God. This comment right here will make me laugh after I turn this on. Because I can read into it. You are so hard to like, Ope. And it's the God damn it that really is funny because you just want to. You just want to. What do you want me to smooth out my edges a little bit, Daniel? I could try to smooth out my edges a little bit, but you know what? Even if you're an all-out hater, you just made me laugh really hard. That's really, really funny. What's on your menu for Thanksgiving? Well, we got we're hosting Thanksgiving, a little small group of people. I think we're gonna get a roast though too on the side as a side, like one of those filet roast logs. When you do the filet cut, you got to get it in roast form, man, and slow cook that. So I think we're going to do that as a side, so people could like get away from the turkey because in the end, none of us like the turkey. It's all about the fixings. If you suck at the sides and the fixings, then you have no business serving turkey at all. Because we're all like, oh yeah, turkey, it's not that bad. If it was that good, we would be eating turkey all year long. You know how weird it is? Oh, here comes the sneeze. Oh, whoa! You know how weird it is in your life, like on just some weird day. Let's go with April 17th, and you go over to someone's house for dinner, right? And they're serving a turkey meal. You're like, this is out of place and weird. And the reason for that is because none of us actually like it. We tolerate turkey once a year. And then, of course, the leftovers are delicious. But it's about the gravy, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, maybe some corn, mixing all that shit together that makes turkey tolerable. We all know that. Just another manic Monday. Yes. Everyone who can't stand Opie anymore is a phony. Yeah, because like most people couldn't stand me from the jump. Cheers. 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 Cheers to chat. Yeah, damn, Ope looks like crap. Wait a minute, you just yeah, I do look kind of crappy today, don't I? I'm half asleep. I did a lot of driving, man. In the last week, I drove from the beach back to New York City. And on a good day, it's 2.5 hours. It could be up to 4 hours some days. Then 2 days later, I drove back to the beach to get the house set for Thanksgiving. I had to get the kids back for school. Then I drove back to the city again after being there almost 2 days. And then I was in New York for 1 day. And then we drove to Philly and back. I've done a lot of driving. This face is tired right now. So you're not wrong. I don't know. You're probably, trying to take a little jab at me, but I'm going to be the first to admit that, yeah, I look a bit tired. I look a little tired. He need to IPO air up with stuttering John. I don't know what that means, Daniel, man. I don't know what that means. Sorry if I have you blocked on the Twitter. Give me your name. Look, give me your name. I'll unblock you right now. Give me your name. All right, Daniel, I got to put you in timeout or something. You're just babbling now. But is everyone good? Hope you did have a good weekend. It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Greg? Here's someone that thinks they know me by calling me by my real name, Greg. Nah, man, I think over the years I've admitted a whole bunch of faults there. Facebook user making believe you actually know me to the point that you're using my real name, Greg, who, by the way, no one uses in my life because they know I don't really like the name. It's everyone's fault. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm a god, and it's everybody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. There you go. I'm going to listen to some Zeppelin to come back down to earth, and I'm going to be screaming out, nobody's fault but mine, all right? No, man, I just called out a lot of the bullshit. What can I tell you? There's a bunch of stuff I did wrong too, of course, and I've admitted to a bunch of that stuff. And if you watch these on a regular basis, you'll see some of that stuff for yourself. The hallway office and the sad plant still made it funny. Then, oh my God, I was not welcome at Sirius XM at the end because I had no office because they gave us a little office and then the staff was using my little office. And I needed, like, before my radio show, some time to just try to get my head together. And it showed because the last version of my radio show was damn good. No one could take that away from me at all. And then I was, like, using the studio as my office because no one was doing a show before me. But then they switched around the schedule so that I couldn't use the studio anymore for an office. And so I set up a chair and a tiny little table out in the hallway with a sad plant that someone gave me. And I was actually really happy out there. But the people that worked at Sirius XM were really annoyed, and every day they would remove my chair and my my little table, and it wasn't bothering anybody. It was kind of like in a corner in a part of Sirius XM that you have to go almost out of your way to walk past. But some DJs would do like the loop along the windows just to kind of take a break while they're in a commercial break or something. And I sat there. And they would remove my stuff every day, and I would just casually put it all back. And it would actually hold little meetings out in the hallway. But I liked it. It was kind of fun. Bob Kelly is also a bum. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea about the Kelly guy. Holy crap. He just admitted that he was bitter. Now only if he'd admit to himself that he's still bitter. I'm not still bitter. Oh my God, no, I can't admit that. I was very bitter at the end of my Sirius XM run. Very, very bitter. That shit wore me out. The whole thing wore me out. Yeah, and then they ended up doing to Jason what they did to me. That was the funny part about the whole thing because he's calling me out. And I kind of remember saying to him at the time, too, you better watch your back. I don't know what the hell's going on around here, but, you're the it boy right now. Opie and Anthony, we were the it show for a very, very long time. But when they're done with you, they throw you out with the trash. It doesn't matter how much money you made for the company. And in our case, we probably brought in close to $1 billion easily in all those years. And they did to Jason Ellis what they did to me. They showed him the door. They kicked him out, too. Yes, they did. That is a fact, my brothers and sisters. Oh, my. Okay. All right. Turkey's the best, my brother. Turkey's not the best. Stop. The gravy's the best. The stuffing is the best. The apple pie is the best. The cranberry sauce is the best. The mashed potatoes, if you make them with sour cream and butter, is the best. but the turkey itself is like, it's dressed up very well. It's dressed up. You don't just no one takes a bite of turkey Thanksgiving Day without something on it. You don't just cut a piece of dry turkey, go, oh, this is delicious, like you do with a steak. No, you don't. What do? Lots of salt, lots of pepper, gravy, mush it in the potatoes a little bit. Then it's terrific, of course. Thank you. Turkey sucks. All right, we got some important things done on the live stream today. Stop putting barbecue sauce on steak. I don't do that. I'm actually down. Like if I get a good cut of meat, I barely use any sauces. Barely. My go-to, if you want to know the truth, there, Captain Miserable, is Peter Luger's. Peter Luger's steak sauce is my go-to if I'm going to put anything on my steak. Oh my God, is it good? What was Norm Macdonald like when he was on the O&A show? AI Gaming. He was only on once. He was really good. And we knew we were amongst like comedy royalty. He just had the presence of being a damn god because he's another guy. The fact is, in the comedy world, most of these guys are scared of their own shadows. Most of these guys have to kiss a lot of ass they don't want to kiss. Most of these guys don't really get along with their fellow comedians, but they keep their mouths shut because they never know which one of these guys will help their careers. That's the fact when it comes to comedians in general. And then it's such a breath of fresh air when you come across people like Norm Macdonald, who just tells it like it is. On SNL, if you don't know the story of Norm Macdonald and SNL, then you got to brush up on it. He was basically told to stop making jokes about OJ because OJ was friends of the guy that was running the network. And he said, F that. And he continued telling his OJ jokes. And that's the reason he got fired. And he knew he would get fired if he continued doing it. But he didn't give a shit. He's a rarity in that world. So when he walked in, it was just like, holy shit, that's Norm Macdonald. And that didn't happen a lot on our show. It just simply didn't. Where we had that holy shit moment of like, wow, that's blank. Even when Arnold Schwarzenegger came in and we had him on the show, I didn't have the holy shit, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. Although you're like, he's one of those guys, he's so famous that he doesn't look real. It's hard to explain, but some of these guys are so famous when they come in, they don't look real. They don't look like they're human anymore because they're just so over the top famous. But with Norm Macdonald, we were in awe of the guy. Absolute awe. Everyone was on their best behavior that day. And we knew we were in the room on a radio show with somebody very, very special. And that didn't happen a lot. I would love to maybe come up with a list of people that happened to when they came in. But I'd have to really, really think about it. But for sure, Norm Macdonald is absolutely one of those guys. It's weird to see Opie act like a 10-year-old and thinks that it's entertaining. All right. You got your hate in. Can you go move on to something else now, maybe? Because like I don't know who you think you are, that hiding behind Facebook user, no name, don't know anything about you, and you can just throw your hate at me. I don't know how to tell you this, but it's not going to bother me in the least because I don't know who the hell you are. Like if that name said, I'll be honest with you, Facebook user, if it said Brother Weeze or other people I really respect and care about, and they popped on my live stream and said something like that, it would really, really hurt. But from someone nameless and faceless hiding, why would this ever bother me? Like, who are you? You're not even brave enough to use your own name or anything like close to a real name. But that's the truth. Like, people I really give a shit about in my life, if they said crappy things about me on a public forum, oh man, it would wreck me. Of course it would. Thank you, Minash. Haters can hate, but But the think is, but I don't know what you were. All right, wait. Haters can hate, but I was more successful than most will ever be, probably. Yeah, of course. You can't take that away from me. Of course not. Thank you, Minash. Getting old when driving wears you out. Yeah, man. I was talking about that too. I used to. Oh wait, let me go skip right to Minash's super chat. If you had some trash in there you wanted me to read, I just skipped through all the comments to get to a super chat. You should troll that the O&A show will be back in 2024. Then just have shows with random people whose name starts with A. Opie and anybody or Opie and anyone. There it is. Arnold isn't real. He was replaced by a clone. I would love to believe that. Because when he walked to the studio, I'm like, he's not real. It's hard to explain. I wish I could articulate that better. But there were people that came into that studio that they were so over the top famous. You're like, that is not a human being. And it's I gotta sit with that thought a little bit and explain that better. But because you see him on giant movies and everywhere you looked, especially before the world changed, where there's so many more famous people now. That when someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger walked in, you're like, Mike Tyson, same thing. Like, he don't look, that's Mike Tyson. He don't look real to me. He's so famous. All right, I got to go. I got to get the kids to school. All right, hit the like on the way out, please. I do have another podcast. It's doing very well. I got some nice downloads over the weekend. I'm building a second podcast. It's called Comedy Quick Hits. You know what? I can play it. I mean, if you guys start your day, that's fine, but I can play it. And maybe, let me see if I can play it. I started a second podcast. It's called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. You could get it wherever you get your damn podcasts. We got 5 episodes so far. All the promoting I did last week helped a bit because the downloads over the weekend were pretty healthy. So thank you very much. And for the people that haven't heard about it yet, here's a sample. Here's episode 5. It goes by very quick, very quick. I'm going to go get the kids some breakfast, and then I'll come back at the end of this to wrap up. All right, but check this out.
Joe Madam?
Yeah.
I hate that dude.
Yeah, he's tough.
What about the people that dress up in the
furries?
The furries.
Yeah. That one I might get into. Bang me a little bunny. You see a broad walk in like a bunny, you know that
you know what? It's not the worst thing, right?
Yeah, it could be
that
worse.
One's not. Yeah, that's not that
the
bad.
The little horse one's weird.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's really strange.
That guy, my friend, works in the special crime unit, pervert unit. Some guy last week or a couple weeks ago was fingering his own asshole and then running up to people in McDonald's and making them smell, and then running out, and he got arrested for that.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Or should we save it for pod?
And we might have to save that one for that. No, I mean, you got the animal rights activists, but do you think that the animal's suffering? That's
God,
all I'm saying.
I love that you brought that up. No, I love that he brought that up, and I wish Deanna was here because we got in a fight last week or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Because, they arrest these dudes, and they arrest them for cruelty to animals. And personally,
right.
I think the horse was digging it.
I'm just saying.
Serious.
No. If you've seen any of these videos, they don't even notice what's going on, and they're continuing to eat.
Hey, listen, I was going to tell you about something, but you're talking about sticking fingers in your asshole. I know a guy that quit smoking, and he went and saw a psychiatrist, and every time he wanted a cigarette, he stuck his finger in his ass, and he smoked for like 30 years, and he quit in 6 months.
That's part of the story. It still took 6 months.
The book, he talks about becoming, quote, because he says he's not an alcoholic per se, but he started drinking heavily when he turned like 55 years old because he found himself just at home with nothing to do.
That's right. I fight that urge every day.
But you didn't write in the air today.
No, I didn't. I didn't write shit.
Chuck, I want to go back to the cigarette guy with putting the
finger in his butt.
Yeah, because we laugh so hard, but explain that though. So the doctor said every time you got to
hypnotize him.
All
right.
This guy helped me on my race car for since I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And he smoked fucking Winstons and Marlboros every other fucking breath. And he finally tried to quit. He got hypnotized. He went here. He went there. He went to this psychiatrist, and he told him that you need to do, every time you want to smoke a cigarette, you need to do something to yourself that will significantly make you forget about a cigarette. So they talk to each other. They say, if he just stuck, I ain't talking about finger your ass like you're having a good time. He just stuck his finger in his ass and pulled it back out, and he'd forget about his cigarette. Now, I thought it was disgusting. I told him he had to do that shit in private. Smoking.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, it still took 6 months.
6 months.
Well, he smoked for 40 fucking years. I know if you smoke that long.
I think if I smelled my ass once, I think I'm not a smoker, but I think I would quit immediately. I know what my ass is capable
Did
of.
he do this? I put it up on Instagram. I only have 9 pictures on there, but
Wait,
one of
so
them.
you used to hang with Chris Rock and Adam Sandler, and now you get to hang
I'm
with
stuck
me.
with you. Yes. Sadly. Yes, I lost. Apparently, I lost.
Wow.
Saw my picture and everything. You know, I put honest pictures up with my full body, so he knew I was overweight. And we get to the restaurant, and the conversation starts getting. He's asking me a ton of questions about food. And he's, you know, and he seems very excited. You know, he's just like, so, what are you going to order? And I'm like, I don't know, the spaghetti and meatballs, or, oh, you're going to get the ziti or the spaghetti? What are you going to get? You think you're going to get the ziti or the spaghetti? And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll get the ziti. Oh, okay. And he's like rocking back and forth. I'm serious. He was a freak. And
what about the bread?
Yeah.
Are you going to start with bread?
No, he literally said that. Literally was like, you want garlic bread? Let's get some garlic bread. Let's get the waiter over here.
Peter Luger's only serves hamburgers at lunch, and if they even sense you're an asshole, they tell you they ran out.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like it's their thing. And they only use the trimmings of their own dry-aged porterhouses.
Oh my God.
So it's a 18 to 20 day dry-aged hamburger with American cheese on a homemade bun with onion on the bottom. So they cut it in half to make sure the temperature's perfect. That's how nice they are.
Right.
I post this gem of a hamburger. It's probably, if not but one of the top 5 hamburgers in the fucking world. First comment on Instagram. Hamburgers cut in half? I'm out. I go to his Instagram. He's got a picture of his shitty family at Dunkin' Donuts and Munchkins. I'm out. Oh, you're out?
You're out.
You
just
couldn't
like that.
get in, you fucking jerk off.
Abacab sounds a lot like.
Well,
Turn It
speaking
On.
of Turn It On Again and Abacab, that was the song I lost my virginity to.
No.
Thank you very much.
No.
Abacab.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
To a girl that had a birth defect.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
And look, I know Abacab is 6 minutes and 58 seconds. I can tell you that much. But it was old school record players where you could get the song to play again.
That's mine, right?
All right, so
I like it.
Well,
3 times, 3 songs.
You know what? I want to say I lasted, but I don't think I lasted to the end of the song if it was my first time.
I know you didn't. Impossible.
I think that's impossible.
What about you? Do you know yours, Cuban Man?
The first
your virginity record?
I
Yeah.
paid for it.
That's the song.
Oh, you mean the song?
I paid for it.
Yeah.
Was that the song?
What band is that? I don't know. I paid for it.
We talked for like 20 minutes.
What did he say to you? He just apologized?
Yeah.
Did he say he was
never,
a different guy? I'm curious about that because I've gone through some of that growth myself.
Well, he never said that it's like a 12-step program or anything, but it sure appeared that's what it looks like, right? And he said that, he heard I was a nice guy, and he knows he said some bad things and all this. But fast forward to the end of the conversation. At the very end, he said, hey, if you're ever in New York, we'll get dinner or something. And I say, Opie's my best friend. The 3 of us will go. And he closed up by going, I'm not ready for Opie. I swear. And I'll bet you he denied that today. That's 100%.
Look, and
I wish I taped that crap.
And I worked on some things, and over the years I tried to sit down with Howard and kind of talk things out, but
he was not interested. So whatever.
He's not ready for you.
Whatever.
You can't handle it.
It's fine.
Yeah, I lost my virginity to a girl that had a birth defect. I mean, from like when you look at her, like I'm looking at you. She was beautiful. Everything was all right. But then, then when I went for the doggy, there was a dark tail of hair that went from her neck all the way down to her butthole.
Really?
Right in the middle, almost like it was a horse.
Like a Rhodesian Ridgeback.
I don't know what the fuck it was. It was dark and prominent.
That's not a defect. I got 30 stories like that with fucking girls.
A line all the way down?
Caribbean. It's like a hyena farm down there. I thought there was something wrong with her, like she had a fake leg or something.
We talked about this on the air for years, me and Anthony.
That's nothing. You just described half of Cuba.
It's not hair all over the back. It was just one line of hair from the back of her neck all the way down
we
to...
used to call them gators.
Don't they all look...
Sorry.
Well,
you're right.
Yeah. Sorry, tater tot.
Oh.
Give or take.
I thought you were choking. I don't want to fucking give you mouth-to-mouth or anything.
You're not going to ever do that.
All right. You'd rather die, right?
That's never going to happen,
good. What if you're dying, though?
Let me die. Let me die.
Good.
Yeah, let me die.
At least we have an understanding.
No, I want to go out.
So you're DNR. We don't touch
do not resuscitate. Absolutely.
All right.
No,
I would like...
I don't even need that. Just let me die.
Right?
Let me die if it's my time.
Here comes some more dick walking in. John Utilio.
That's not funny. That's not funny, Ope.
I love it.
Wait a minute. I made a text.
I love your John, but I'm Team Weeze all the way. I got a great life because of this man, so F you.
I got $200. You grab Cousin Brucey's fucking hairpiece. You do one loop. You know the loop on this floor. One fucking loop. You get $200. You have to fucking run with it in the air. And I'm not doing this.
Who the fuck's Cousin Brucey?
He's a legend. He's a DJ
legend. Where?
He was on
at Costco.
50 years on the radio here in New York City. He's a DJ.
And before you roll your eyes,
if I grab it though, how much trouble am I going to get into?
You probably won't be able to do radio with me anymore. But you'll have $200.
That's about the same.
We had.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Those?
All of those are with her big butt.
Hips are too fucking wide.
Oh, she's fine, guys.
Too fucking wide.
You just fucking.
Do you watch that show to see Caitlyn Jenner's pecker fall out?
That was funny.
She still has it. There was no way.
Are you looking for the pecker?
I'm not going to lie.
TV show?
I'm not going to lie. Every time he's on, I'm looking for the pecker.
Sure.
You got to look for the pecker.
Well, she likes it. That's why she didn't go all the way. She wanted to throw some dick.
Don't get me.
Caitlyn's an ugly chick, isn't she?
It's a weird thing. It's a very strange thing. I've told all my friends this is really, if you want to come to New York City, we can go over to 50th Street and 12th Avenue, and there's 11 Caitlyn Jenner standing over there right now. And they don't have a Courage Award or a TV show.
Weeze, he's going to tell you about the modeling thing now.
So in Tampa, they have a little thing. They have these lingerie shops, and they have a thing called private modeling. So you pay by the half hour, and they have girls in the lingerie shops, and they change right in front of you, and they model the lingerie. Then you just show up with a cooler with a six-pack of beer.
Going to buy some lingerie.
Oh, you buy stuff, maybe not lingerie.
Never heard of that.
Oh, I know. This is the real stuff in Tampa. And in the strip clubs, the best one there is called Stingers. To me, it's like going to St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Yeah.
The famous story when Stupid Sting was playing his stupid lute, when he went through his lute phase. And we're like, holy fuck, this stinks.
L-U-T-E.
That happened in New York. A news reporter was a traffic reporter in a helicopter. The plane went down. Jane Dornacker on WNBC.
Yeah. Right into the Hudson River.
It
was live.
Ooh, ouch.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
Now heading to New Jersey. The outbound Lincoln Tunnel looks a lot better for you in New Jersey. Get the water! Get the water! Get the water!
Yep. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good.
Ouch.
Fuck, man.
Okay, we're going to play some music here, I think.
Oh, really?
I don't know what's going on with helicopters.
That's Falcone right there.
Something happened there. It's 4:45, 16 till 5 on WNBC. On the Joey Reynolds Show. We're taking an helicopter report from Jane Dornacker.
Oh, gonna play some music.
Check in, see how they're doing there.
Yeah,
and we'll come right
That was,
back.
that was a letdown. No, I thought I was going to hear groaning or something. Like
No,
nothing.
you hit the water.
Yeah,
She said that.
we're going to play some music. Here's Neil Young, Down by the River.
How high's the water, Mom? 3 feet high.
We're
Johnny Cash.
going to play some music.
I thought I was going to hear her dying.
How about you go, holy fuck, did she just die?
Exactly.
I think no one would fault you if you just
How
had
about
a real
moment of silence while we just figure out what the fuck happened here? Certainly.
Here's, I don't know, Talking Heads to take you to the river, I guess. I don't know. I think you'd want it this way. What the fuck?
That's funny. Shit.
Oh, my God. All right, I got to play the loot thing for Vic. You've never heard this, Vic?
I've never heard this.
Right here.
To hear, to touch, to kiss, to die.
Just how he pronounces die.
Oh, so loot is that boy touch your guitar thing that guy's playing?
Yeah,
That's the instrument.
Fade it out. It's a
fuck that.
I think it's an ancient, I think it's an ancient instrument. I don't know.
It should stay ancient. Oh, look at that.
And then it took somebody to go, you know what? Why don't we fucking straighten out the neck of this thing and call it a guitar?
Are you sick of breast implants?
Oh, I still love boobs.
No,
am I sick of breast implants? I kind of don't mind them.
See, but you know what? I'm out of the game.
But when there's like a great pair of real boobs, you can't compare.
You didn't have pothead friends who were hungry?
No.
Seriously?
No, because they'll fucking get you in trouble.
Pothead friends will get you in
They're
trouble.
like meth heads with food.
No, they're not.
Pothead friends never got you in trouble.
No.
What is wrong with you?
For falling asleep somewhere, maybe, but that's about
pothead
it.
friends, my pothead friends are all degenerates.
Coke friends got you in trouble.
No, not very, because they're spooked. They're in their living room. They ain't coming out. They're looking out the window.
Wow.
Traffic chopper. They all go inside.
He just might have won the argument.
He's flipping. No, that's what I'm saying.
He might have just flipped that
I'm
shit.
telling you. Coke guys are all spooked out. You call them up, dude, just hang up the phone, the cops are coming. Like, they're fine. Potheads are like, dude, when are you working, man? I love those raviolis. They get you trouble.
I'm leaning this way now.
Potheads are a piece of shit.
You're making me backpedal on this point.
I think you might be right.
Cokeheads don't eat. They don't do anything. Like zombies.
We used to have these women come into the studio and like in sweaters and shirts and shit. They looked phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would love to see this girl naked, and you know, because we were Opie and Anthony, we say hi. Okay, here we go.
Exactly.
Right. But then they would take off their sweaters and shirts and shit, and it was just fucking
Just scars and
giant softballs that didn't move on their chest. You could see like the
scar on the nipples.
scar.
The tits look like blowfish eyes. They're so far apart. Like they literally just. You're like, what? How is that?
That's what I'm talking about. And then you saw the bag implant, the bag through the skin, and you're like, oh my God, put your shirt back on. So it kind of ruined it for me a little bit for a while there. But then they started.
Should have meet your heroes.
Right? Yeah,
exactly. I love Tom Brady. I got no problem saying it. I love Denver.
He's got some life, huh?
I like Seattle. He's fucking, he's amazing on 80 levels. The fact that you can, go from one super hot woman to another one while she's still pregnant, and Giselle not get mad at you.
My kid, we were doing a Food Network thing with Tom Brady, and it was like his charity for kids, right? For special needs kids. And my fucking wife is texting me. Our son needs to meet Tom Brady. You're a monster. Why don't you let him come down to the field? Like, finally. I'm like, fucking bring the fucking goddamn kid down here. So here comes this fucking kid. The kid's fucking, he's got every flavor ice cream on his fucking shirt. He shows up, Tom Brady. I'm like, Tom, this is my son. Tom goes to give him, I'll show you the picture, goes to shake his hand. My kid fucking looks like a piece of IKEA furniture. Just fucking won't even look at him. Won't even look at him.
Too scared or
so
just
now the guy that was with Tom Brady starts hugging my son because he thinks my son's one of these fucking special needs kids.
There it is. There's the picture.
Oh, is that it? Look, there it is.
There it is.
Look, that guy, like, I don't know, he owns like Pepsi or something. He's like, oh, poor little kid. I'm like, fucking Robert.
Club Soda Kenny.
I have a cute, sort of related sports story about this.
Okay.
When I was a young boy and I was playing Little League Baseball, one day I had to be the catcher.
Yeah.
And I had my first homosexual experience because the umpire checked me for a cup.
Flying out
tomorrow. Halloween. One time I got drunk as hell and I tried to go to this Halloween party in Black Mountain, North Carolina, where all these college girls and shit, and you had to have a fucking costume. I didn't have no fucking costume. I was coked up, fucked out of my mind. So I went around the corner and got some shit, made my eye black, and got this guy to paint a fucking big old P on my shirt. And I entered that contest and won the fucking costume contest.
As?
I was a black-eyed pea. I won a case of Budweiser Talls.
Talls? He makes not the regular size, tall boys. Tall boys.
Oh man, Chuck.
Hey, but I'm getting so bad now that I've gotten older, man. I don't go to Chick-fil-A because of the gay thing. I don't go to Jimmy John's because he's a big game hunter, and now I don't go to Home Depot because he endorsed Trump. My wife thinks I'm nuts. I'm running out of places to go. And it's not because I'm a crazy liberal, because I'm not. I'm just batshit crazy. I just don't want to spend my money where I don't like people. I know that's weird, but
no, it's hilarious.
What the fuck's wrong with me?
Look, I think what Chick-fil-A does is despicable. I really do. But man, we order it every once in a while, and I can't help myself. It's fucking delicious.
Wait, what does Chick-fil-A do? They won't serve gay?
They just came out and made the statement, just like the guy. They just did when nobody asked them. They just did the we're going to say we don't think the gay people should get married just for no reason. Just shut up.
But if you were openly gay in there, they would serve you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they're not denying service. They're because they're a religious company too. They're closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
So they put out with all the religious stuff that they don't support the homosexual community.
Right. That's why they're closed on Sundays, so they can go hate.
Yeah.
So you get a whole day to go down to church and focus on your hatred.
It's like someone on Twitter the other day, they go, why don't you stop kissing Guy Fieri's ass to get new shows? I'm like, that's exactly what the fuck I do.
Show me where his ass is. I'll kiss it, lick it.
I come in like a fucking
Rub it down.
heat-seeking missile. Sometimes I come out, I knock a tooth out, I come out of his fucking mouth. Are you fucking nuts? I'm flying private, bitch.
What is wrong with doing that?
Fucking crazy.
You give him good TV.
They're like, stop wearing funny T-shirts and cool hats. I'm like,
said that?
A guy with 7 followers.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, I'll do what you do. Say hi to Ma. She's right next to you.
The hair color and the beard was perfect.
And he looked good. And he was like one of those guys, like he's a good looking guy, but like, you think maybe he battled typhoid as an infant and got through it,
Polio, he had the braces.
Yeah,
his forest, he got the braces
but
taken
his wife Mildred is good,
His wife Mildred, my dearest Mildred. Dolan isn't much better. He's not a really. I don't like him. He's a dry drunk, and I don't like dry drunks.
Just you might as well drink.
Yeah, if you're the reformed alcoholic and you're a giant piece of shit, start drinking again.
Because you didn't learn shit.
No, you didn't. You didn't learn shit.
That's funny. That's fucking funny.
You know what's huge too for you guys? Because you're friends and you go out on the road. Like me, like when I go out, it's lonely. I just, dude, every night I feel like I'm talking to a fucking chipwitch. That's all.
What does the chipwitch say back?
Eat me. Size 38 waist, fatty.
When I was a kid, I used to work at a place called Western Sizzling Steakhouse on weekends.
Absolutely.
And we had to clean up at night, and you take that old grease and shit and put it in the barrels in the back on a concrete pad by the dumpster. And steakhouses back then, I don't know about now, they were required to have their water so fucking hot to cut the grease and clean everything. We'd fucking spray them dusters and them fucking wolf rats would come out and stand on their back legs, and we'd hit them in the goddamn head with a fucking fungo bat. I tell you what, these motherfuckers didn't come back at you. You got a Babe Ruth swing with a fucking fungo bat on your ass.
Wow. Just fun.
That was the good old days.
Just hanging out in the Boone.
Good old days.
Well, the reason I got the tattoo, first of all, is he was getting married. And first of all, what do you get a guy that has everything? So
well, it goes back to your cancer too.
I had to find that space.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And then I showed it to him. I don't know if he remembers, but at your rehearsal. Too.
Yes, I remember.
But
it
anyway,
was yesterday.
Opie, I brag to everybody. Opie is the most loyal, and loyalty is rare. I'm sure it's embarrassing him, but loyalty is rare. And this guy, his loyalty is amazing. And I feel it in my heart, and it's very rare. What more can I say? And he's the real deal.
Tumbling down, this is your bed. Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Got it?
I got it.
I got it.
Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
And you'll know when to do it because I'll do this.
All right, we got it.
I dropped a coin in the wishing well, but it's a long time dry. I watched that old Greyhound bus kick up dust as it rolls on by. I asked the man in the station, he said, son, just take a look around. There hasn't been a train through here since it all came tumbling down.
Yeah, tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling. Come tumbling
down.
Come tumbling down. I'm not a drinking man no more, but this one night I got lost.
Yeah!
I've never been much of a dancer, but this night I surely was. I made it out to the cottonwoods, slept with my ear down to the ground. And in my dreams I could hear the screams as it all came tumbling down. All right.
Yeah, tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling. Come tumbling
down.
Come tumbling down. The corridors are all empty, and there's a child sitting on the stairs. She's seen everything there is to see, and somehow she still cares.
She still cares.
Took her ride the Ferris wheel, made of glass and steel and such. Now it's melting in the sun, it's not worth all that much. I'll raise my hands up to the sky as we climb to higher ground. Let's just keep on dancing until it all comes tumbling down.
Yeah,
all right.
tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling. Come tumbling
down.
Come tumbling down. All right. Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling. Come tumbling
down.
Come tumbling down.
Tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
I said I'm tumbling down.
Come tumbling down.
You know I'm tumbling down.
Come tumbling. Come tumbling
down.
Come tumbling down.
Yeah.
There you go. A little look at my my other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. You can get it wherever you find your podcast. That's episode 5. So go check it out. Subscribe, like, and share. I would greatly appreciate that. That last song, because a lot of people ask me, "Oh my God, this song is like crazy now." I guess if I go like that, hi, like, all right. No, I think I'm better like this. That last song is by Colin Hay, who was the lead singer of Men at Work. He came in and gave us 3 or 4 great songs. He played some of the old ones, and that was a newer song at the time. And man, was that catchy. So there you go. A radio show. I can't really read the comments anymore. Wrapped in a podcast, wrapped in a live stream. Yeah, all right. I don't mind that. Good tune. Thank you, Waver. Who else we got? AI Gaming. I missed those days. Right on. Tom Taylor, Tumbling Down. Right on. Thanks, Hope. No problem. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, I mean, you guys did right by me over the weekend. I got a lot of downloads for the new podcast, Comedy Quick Hits. And if I'm just turning you on to it, give some of the episodes a listen. It's a lot of fun. Trying to bring like more fun back to podcasting because everyone seems to be doing the same exact podcast. So it's quick clips, really fun, moves really fast. You can digest the episodes very, very quickly. So great time in my life when you were doing that show. Right on, Facebook user. Right on. That fucking hairdo. Well, it's short and it's and I didn't comb it, but we'll make it work. Facebook user. All right, I gotta go. I can't even see the screen anymore. Let me. Okay. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great Monday. Thanks for checking out my live stream. The big plug is very simple. Trying to get more downloads for my new, my second podcast, the other podcast I call it, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. So go find that, subscribe, like, share, download a few episodes. I think you're going to like it. And I'm going to put out episode 6 a day early this week for the people that are checking out the new podcast, because I know a lot of you guys will be traveling on Wednesday. So episode 6 of Comedy Quick Hits with Opie will be out Wednesday, so you can play it in the car. All right? We have the same hair today. All right, right on. I mean, I took the hat off while I was getting the kids ready, and now it looks all right. I don't know what's going on with my hair. Whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. See you tomorrow morning. All right. Have a lovely day.